Well, hello everyone. It is Mr. Sunshine, Rolls-Royce technician Eddy. We're going to put together these brake valves. These are brake accumulator valves off of Rolls-Royce. They fit the Silver Shadow, Silver Wraith, the Corniche, and maybe the Camargue. I'm not sure. But what we're going to do right now is we have the parts here. These are brand new from Rolls-Royce, and we're going to go ahead and put these all back together. So first step we're going to do, we're going to open up our kit here, get our rubber washers, our O-rings, set that all inside here, and then we're going to go ahead and grab our bobbin. This is one of the bobbins here. This is what goes inside. We're actually going to put this together right now. These are actually going to get the O-rings put on here just like that. There is one. Put these aside. Here is the second one. We're going to just kind of roll this up over there. The old ones that were on there, they get dry rotted and they start to crack and then they start to leak. So we don't want to have any problems there. We took this all apart. We degreased everything. We cleaned it all. I actually like to take a one of these, and without cutting the rubber, it just kind of helps it roll itself right down on here as such. There's the second one. And we go ahead and put the third one up over the front here. They're very flexible, very sturdy. And there we go. We have them all three in place. You actually have to make sure that this is actually on the other side. Get that up here. This nylon has to be on the back side. Just like that. Once I roll it on there, there it is. That's the way it's supposed to look there. We're then going to go ahead and put our needle in there. This is our needle. This actually drops right down into the center here, slides down as such. We're then going to put our bypass valve in. We have a little bypass valve here. This is all, again, these have all been cleaned. We're going to put the bypass valve inside. Sits right in there, nice precision fit. And then we have our spring that goes in there. We're actually going to push this down a little deeper, just like that. Slides in there nice and easy. Put your spring in, and then we go ahead and we're going to put our disc in there. That disc is what holds everything down. We're then going to take our piece here. This is the end. It gets an O-ring put on that as well. Just like that. We stick that inside, fits it down in there, and there you go. We have the bobbin together. The pin is right here. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and install our spring along with our bushings. So there were a couple of shims that went down here. Well, no, these are the two. Go here. Get this out of here. Fittings. Each one of these had shims down in there, so you're going to put the shim down as such. Get two of them here, a thicker one and a thinner one, so we're going to go ahead and lay those down into the bottom as such. We're then going to put our bottom of our spring retainer down there. We're going to make sure we have it up on the right side. Take it like this. Just like that. We put our spring down in there. We're then going to put our ball bearing. This is our ball bearing here. The ball bearing is in good shape on this one, so we're going to put that back down in there. That actually gets flipped around the other way. You got to be careful when you put these in because it just kind of flips themselves out. As such, there it is right there. You can see that down inside there. We're then going to set our bobbin. Now that pin will ride right on that ball bearing there. So we go ahead and we slide that down. We can compress it down in there as such. All right, so now what we need to do, we have to get this to compress down in there a little further. So what we have is a screw that's going to go in there. And we put this in there. This actually screws in. We put it in a vise and we compress it so that we can put it inside. And this actually will screw down on there. So this is how you go to reassemble this, because that spring loaded, you'll never get it down in there by hand. You actually put a screw in here that's threaded into this. It will then compress, and we will go ahead and get this screwed right in there. So I'm going to go ahead and put it in the vise right now, and I'll bring it right back to you in just a moment. All right, as you can see, we have it screwed in. We can go ahead and back our screw out of here right now, and then we will use our wrench with the 1-inch socket to go ahead and finish tightening that down. We actually have a piece here. This actually fits right in there, and we'll go ahead and put this back in the vise. We'll crank this down, and we will tighten it up. Matter of fact, I can hand tighten it. We cleaned all the threads on this. There it is. We'll give it a good tighten there, but we'll go ahead and we'll start rebuilding the other one, so we'll have them both done at the same time. We then put our new valve bleeder. The new bleeder is going to go right in here like this. The 2 lines will go in here, and this will get tightened down. Only after they put it back together into the car, they can go ahead and cram this down. And then there's our little bleeder valve as such. So that one is done. So we'll go ahead and do the same to the other one here. This is actually the ring that fits on the sphere that then, once you tighten it down, it ends up on there. So we'll put this aside as well. So we get ready to do the next one. All right. Again, we take the bobbin. We have our O-rings. We're going to set the big one aside. We're not going to need that right now. Go ahead. Set this in there just like that. There it is. And make sure that the nylon is on the back side. Go ahead and roll the other one on. Use our little bypass tool here to help roll it. Now you want to make sure you don't dig into that O-ring. Just like that. Just like that. We then go ahead, put our pin back in there, the needle. The needle fits in there nice and tight. We're going to go ahead and install our bypass valve. It's going to go in there just like that. You got everything cleaned, everything spotless. Everything fits in there, no binding, no screws holding it up. Put your spring in there. Put our little cover on there, just like that. We then put our O-ring on here to keep it sealed up. It's over there. Press this down in there as such. Put our screw in there. Then have to put the shims that were in here. There was a thick one and a thin one, so we're going to make sure that goes in there along with our bottom of the spring. Oh. Like that. Just as such. just down there like that. Lay our spring in there. Put our ball bearing in there. Ball bearing is good. Sits like that. We're then going to take our bobbin, completely done. We're going to shove that down in there as such. Just like that. And then again, we're going to go ahead. This is made to slide over that. We have to compress this in order to be able to start this. I'll go put this one in. All right, we went ahead and put that in there. We back the screw out. We go ahead and use our 1-inch stock with our socket. Going to go ahead and tighten this down. And tight. All right, so we got that tight. We're going to go ahead and put it on a wrench, crank it down, and we shall be completed. And there we go, completed, tightened in there with our socket and our thing. We have them both completed. Go ahead and put the last valve in, bleeder valve. That just gets screwed in there like that. And we have the old ones. These would be the old ones, but we'll go ahead and give them the new ones as well, so that they get the opportunity to have a brand new setup. This would be the same as this here, as such. So we'll send these back to the customer. They can use them both. You have the little ring here that tightens it up around the side. And there it is, Mr. Sunshine, Rolls-Royce mechanic Eddy. We just finished up 2 brake valves. We're actually going to stick them on the accumulators. These are actually the accumulators right here. They've already been charged to 1200 psi of nitrogen. We go ahead and put the O-ring in here. O-ring sits in there like that. We then take the valve and we just go ahead and screw it on. And there it is. There's your brand new brake accumulator and the valve, totally rebuilt, ready to go back into that Rolls-Royce. We actually have the brake switches. These are the early style. These actually get screwed in here, just like that. And there it is. There's your completed assembly. We'll go ahead and tighten that down with the 3/4 inch wrench, and it'll be ready to go. I hope you enjoyed that little tutorial video. Pick up that phone, 561-693-8636, if you happen to have a Rolls-Royce that has a brake light 1 or brake light 2 on your Silver Shadow or Silver Wraith or Corniche convertible, and they look like this. Well, you send them over here. We will take them apart. We will rebuild them, and we'll make them look like brand new and operating brand new. As you're looking at it, we'll tighten those up just like that. Pick up that phone and call me now.